stage.
इस बंदे की जूम करूँगा, पीछे स्क्रीन आ जाएगी थोड़ी सी.
Now we request Gupta sir to kindly share his experiences and amazing stories with us.
थोड़ा सा
Good afternoon, my dear young students. I am of course younger than you. I feel privileged to say something about not one of the greatest, but the greatest hockey player of the world, Balbir Singh. Before I talk about him, I would like to introduce myself. As has been said, Professor ASCE Gupta, I retired from Punjab University a few years back, and now currently I am with the United Nations on some assignment concerning higher education in African countries. Before this, I am a sport sociologist. I have tried to put my hands on practically every sport, but hockey has been my favorite sport. I have been a hockey player, hockey administrator, and of course, as I said, looked after university as director of sports. I would like to share something with you that as a researcher, as a sociologist, Government of India, Punjab government, University Grants Commission, they wrote me in right from mid-70s, 75, 76, and government was very keen, Government of India, they wanted to know how come the so-called superpowers, USA, France, England, Germany, they are doing very well in sports and we are little behind. They roped in some persons, including me, and then we were sent to America, to Europe, to study their format, to study their social structure. But I would like to emphasize here, it was after the Second World War. I repeat, after the Second World War, these superpowers, they got together and they thought that lot of devastation has taken place in Japan, particularly in August 1945, and they said military solution is no solution. We have to show our prowess in some other field to show that we are the greatest. And they started pumping in lot of money, and as a result of that, particularly after the Second World War, England, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, USSR, they started making five-year plan for the promotion and development of sports. Keeping in view this format, Government of India sent me to USA and some other places. I had the privilege of having known him not from the last 10 years, 15 years, when I was barely about 7, 8 years old. Not old, 7, 8 years young, I'm sorry. After that, I have seen his graph. You know, right from 1948 onward, what you have seen here, 1948, after our independence, India achieved independence, as was said here, that our rulers, they ruled us for nearly 200 years. And it was amazing amazing that in Wembley Stadium in London, 1948, in the final, it was a defeat of England by 4 goals, and the first 2 goals were scored by the living legend. I mean, just imagine the country which has ruled us for 200 years, in their country, at their turf, they were defeated, and that was the first time that our Tiranga, our national flag, was unfurled at the international level. That is London. That's what it is. You know, that was a matter of great pride. And then, of course, after 48, 1949, 50, he has been, I'm talking as a sociologist, as a sports sociologist. 49, 50, I have traced his entire history from 1943 onward till now. Now coming to 1952, that was Helsinki, Finland. Imagine, Netherlands was a big power, Holland, big sporting power, particularly in hockey. And they were defeated 6-1, and out of 6-1, 5 goals were scored by the living legend. Scoring 5 goals in a final. It is something unbelievable. And I have been touring outside India. Number of persons do not believe it, but then when they say that Guinness Book, then they realize here is a person who could pump in 5 goals out of 6, that too in the Olympic final. And then 56, he was the captain. Another gold medal came because of his superior skill player, because of his skills, because of his leadership. 48, 52, 56. And the matter does not end here, my dear students. Now come, people say 3 times gold winner or hat-trick Balbir Singh Senior. But it is much beyond that. Much beyond that. Not only that, he has gone 8 times with the national team as manager, as coach, and please keep in mind all the 8 times the country finished at the podium. It was gold, silver, or bronze. Never came without a medal. India has only once won the World Cup. Only once. 75, we were the chief coach and also manager. And as you know, he has written books on skills, and he contributed a lot which some of the persons may not be aware of. As Director Sports Punjab, he was the person behind so many schemes for the young boys and girls, particularly colleges and universities. And thereby he kept contributing. Even till today, he contributes. And not only that, please remember, there are certain other things associated, of course, with sports and then other social issues. Now I'm talking as a student of society. Apart from these things, as a gentleman, hockey, you know, cricket is known to be a gentleman game. But see, as a hockey, one has to run through from one end to another end, and inadvertently, you can also touch each other, you can bump into each other. But here is a person, during his entire career, he never got any green, yellow or red card. And since I have seen him playing in India and outside India, if somebody comes to him, tries to hit him, you know, they would always mark, as you know, sportsmen would know. They always mark the best players, and he would only pat him. Nobody does it. You know, that is the kind of humbleness, that is the kind of humility which this living legend has. And as you know, after 116 years, right after the modern games were held in 1896 Athens, And in London, in 4 years before the Olympics, the IOC, International Olympic Committee, came with 16 disciplines and they chose 16 persons. And India is proud that from those 16 disciplines, in hockey, he is the only person in the entire world who has put that. And now I am again sharing with you, no one has matched his record, no one. Neither from India, I repeat, neither from India, nor from outside India, so far as his percentage of goals, number of goals, and number of medals are concerned, he has the highest number of medals. I remember after the war, Sardar Pratap Singh Kero was there as GM and he took all the medals to him as his donation for the welfare of country and for the welfare of sport in general. But of course they refused. They said, this is your hard-earned medals, so you please keep it with you. Look at the social cause, social facts. I had the privilege of being with him in Los Angeles Olympics. And as explained very briefly, some misguided youth. You know, militancy was at its height in those days, 1984. And see that some misguided youth, they snatched. We were sitting together and one, as I said, misguided youth, he picked up the flag and he was trying to insult the flag, he jumped. And then he was able to catch hold of that boy and brought the flag behind. You know, that shows not only concern for sports or hockey, patriotism and the highlights. International Olympic Committee members, IOC, International Olympic Committee members ran after him and asked him, if they are misguided youth, why are you taking such a, he said, I'm an Indian first, and everything later on. So that was the kind of spirit which has kept him going all through. So my dear friends, whether it's the social aspect, and I think patriotism runs into his genes. Most of you may not be aware that his father himself was a great freedom fighter and was awarded recognition, honor and Thapan Patra, which is there in his house there in Sector 36. So therefore these things are, they run through blood. So keeping in view all his achievements, no one, and I repeat, no one from India, from outside India can match his record. Number of gold medals, World Cup, as a manager, as a coach, and above all, a social human being. And each Olympics, every time, all nations, all Olympics, they invite him whenever these major events take place, whether they are in India or outside India, you know, as a guest of honor, as a chief guest. So we have a living legend sitting here amongst us, and we say, 1957 was when Government of India decided to have Padma Shri for sports person, and he is the first recipient of that. So keeping in view all that, as a researcher, as a social scientist, as a researcher, I strongly feel that keeping in view his lifelong, he is still continuing his efforts, his endeavors to do something for the sports in general, hockey in particular, he should be, Punjab government has already recommended his name for Bharat Ratna. So therefore, I also appeal to Government of India that he is the fittest person to be awarded Bharat Ratna in the field of sports, particularly hockey. So here is a man, I think we should have 3 cheers for him. Thank you very much, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen, our guests. I am thankful, very happy to say that American Society of Civil Engineers, this PEC student chapter, they have organized this. I wish them all luck, best of everything, so that these endeavors continue. Now, I am in front of you. You can shoot me any question on sports in general and hockey in particular. I will be very happy to answer any question. As I said, I have studied the models of all the developed nations, and now lately I am associated with UN. It has given me a little more information about Africa, about Europe. So if you feel, you can shoot any question, and to the best of my ability, I will be answering your questions. Any question on sports? Any question on hockey? Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir. So like we all know that the level of sports in our country is going down day by day. So what do you think should be done to improve the level of sports in our country?
I am very happy that you have raised this question. This question I am not answering for the first time. Everywhere in India and outside India, this question is the first question to be asked from me. My dear, there are number of answers to this, number of parameters, but I would like to say that there are number of reasons for this. Number one, we always talk about catch them young, let us have a sports culture, but I am afraid I have to say, maybe to the disliking of many politicians, that we do only lip service. Lip service. We do not give proper status, we do not give proper attention, we do not spend as much money as it should be on sports. We wake up when some major event comes, whether it is Commonwealth, World Cup, Asian, or of course Olympics. We wake up then, and even then some politics here and there. I have myself, since I have studied all these aspects, so I know, I don't want to name, but there are, as I said, various reasons. And I'm not casting aspersions on anybody. I am not casting aspersions on anybody, particularly the present sports minister, government of India, is an honorable person. He must be doing very well for sports. But general feeling is, जिस आदमी को गवर्नमेंट कोई ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट डिपार्टमेंट नहीं देना चाहती उनको स्पोर्ट्स की तरफ भेज देती है कि लो जी आप स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टर बन जाओ. But this is the level. That's what I say. We do not give priority. Now let me share with you. America is spending, USA, ₹2 per person on sports. Russia is spending 3.5. Russia, USSR. India is spending 2.5 paisa. 2.5 paisa per person on sports. And England, UK, our past masters, they are spending 50 paisa per person. And please, I would like to share one thing. Another thing. England, about 20 years before, they just got one medal, gold medal. And then it was a big problem. The parliament, the lower house, the upper house, they all got concerned and they pumped in a lot of money, lot of effort, and the most important person was the most so-called energetic person, young person of 34 years was made the sports minister. And as a result, it's in front of you. It's one of the leading big powers in sports. And where we are, and I remember in 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, 1988 Seoul, the Russian China's China's Shakti mission in charge of sports during those games, 84, 88. I remember when I interviewed him, I'm also a journalist. I also hold a small degree of journalism. So that when I interviewed him, and he said, Professor Gupta, watch us, give us 10, 12 years, we will be on top. And see, China is on top. China is in front of you. You know, policies, your commitment, money pumped in, and more important is how you use the money. We must have fair, proper, knowledgeable, and persons who can deliver. I repeat, persons who can deliver. They should be given sports department, sports in charge at all levels. I have been member of some so-called, I'm sorry, I'm using the word so-called, because I have been myself a member of those committees like High Power Committees of Punjab, of Government of India, and Chhattisgarh. I gave them sports models. Well, they are bringing results, but most of the times our recommendations are put behind the carpet. They are not implemented. So that is why I think that young boy raised the question, what ails our sports? Whatever we do, number one, most of us do half-heartedly. Number two, remaining parts, things are not carried out further. And our recommendations are put under the carpet, and therefore there we are where we are. But anyway, we are here to welcome, to cherish his presence amongst us, and I think we should give him a big standing ovation for reaching his concern. As a sociologist, as a sportsperson, sports administrator, as I said earlier briefly, and with all humility, you may ask any number of questions. We are here. Any question? Yes.
How many years do you think it will take for India to actually progress in make progress in the
Well, I wish we could do that overnight because as I explained, that sports in our country, there is more of lip service, half-hearted approach. You know, when World Cups, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, Olympic Games come, we wake up. And even there, we do not, I'm sorry, since I know the system very well, even there we are not absolutely 100% fair. And since we put in our half-hearted approach, we do not give the priority which it needs to. For the last more than 50 years, I read newspapers. Whenever some event, major event comes, we should develop sports culture, we should carry them young. I do not know, right from 1950, 1950, I am reading this, when that day will come. But let us hope, we should always look at the glass half full, not half empty. So let us hope that in the near future we are able to do something. And as a positivist, I am very sure that we should be able to do well.
If people will say that teachers are unafraid, that was very bad. Right? From that day onward, I thought of studying out. A cousin of mine, my master's son, he was about 3 years senior to me, a brilliant student. He retired as a headmaster and later. He and his younger sister, both used to stay with us right from childhood. All three of us were brought up by my parents. he organized a tournament, Sant Memorial Tournament. And because it was a private tournament, because it was a private tournament, so my cousin thought of forming a team. Then when this, and in that team, R.S. Gill, the DGP retired, his father was also my friend. He was also in that committee. My cousin and three or four of them, they organized the tournament, and when they gave the positions, my cousins, already everybody, I want to play goalkeeper, go ahead. Another grown-up young man, I will play fullback, okay, second fullback. So I was watching because my position was fullback. And I was too young, small stature. When the boys went to the ground, I asked my cousin, where should I play today? You have given my position to these other two fullbacks. He said, today you are a center forward. For the first time, center forward for the first time, and we played the tournament. I don't know how it happened. In each match I played, we won 3 or 4 matches. In each match, मेरे पैर में बटेरा आ गया पंजाबी का मुहावरा होता मेरे को गोल होंगे गया मेरी स्टिक ना मैं गोल करता रहा मैं ऑनर नहीं लेना चाहता कि मैं गोल करता सी मेरी टीम गोल करती सी तब मैं कहना मेरे पैर में बटेरा आ गया we won that tournament. Sikh National College ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਫਰੈਂਡ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬੇਟਾ ਹਾਕੀ ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਖੇਡਦਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਕਾਲਜ ਹੈ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਲੈ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਫਾਦਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਲਾਹੌਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਖਰਾਬ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਖਰਾਬ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ Then my father agreed. He allowed me to go to Lahore. I joined the college, got a cubicle, hockey ground to play, and I started attending classes regularly, and I started paying attention. You would be pleased to know I passed my exam and I scored number of goals and our team was promoted from B League to the A League of the Punjab University. When I was playing at Lahore, I was watched by Sardar Balbir Singh, a renowned person, a renowned coach, hockey coach. He maneuvered, he took me to Khalsa College, Amritsar. Amritsar Khalsa College, they used to have a very good hockey team in those days. He took me there. I stayed there for 3 years. I passed my BA in first attempt. You will be surprised to know. First attempt, because normally players, they take 1 or 2 years to pass those exams. I passed. Joined MA, English. Sir John Bennett was the police chief. He told the police fellows that recruit this person in police. He's a very good player. We want to make our police team strong. And I thought my father is fight against the Britishers, and if I join police, how would it look? How would it look? One day I slept from there, went to Delhi. I had invitation from Center EWD. I played for them 2 tournaments. We won. My name appeared in the press. Sir John saw that, the police chief. He got annoyed. He sent a police party at the Reading Road police station. I was, after the match, they handcuffed me, brought me back by evening train to Jalandhar Kent, yes, forgetting names. I was produced before a selection board. Mr. Scott was chairman, an Englishman Scott, and then Sir Balbir Singh, IGP, who retired to the Sunram. They were the two members. And Sir Balbir Singh asked me a question, are you a graduate? I said, yes, sir. Your subjects, economics, political science. What is inflation? I was going to relate, and the chairman said, oh, don't ask him that question. Sir John wants him in police. Okay, young man, you are selected. I'm there to run. I was selected, played for police team. Before that, in Punjab University, I was selected captain Punjab University. We won inter-university, we won Punjab championship, and I'm pleased to tell that his father, Dr. B.L. Gupta, was in charge of those organizations at that time. So, right then afterwards, he was my manager in the Olympics. Came back, police team, too long, forget it. Story is too long because I am too old. मैं लिख के भी रखता उन्होंने बोले ना और एक चीज़ है तो ऐसी है दो में चार illegal. I was Sikh by birth, nationalist and secular by choice. Sikh by birth, nationalist and secular by choice, and my father did it. My father used to tell this thing that you are like this. Then Balbir come and Balbir go. Balbir comes and Balbir goes. But India stays forever, getting stronger and stronger. And my little advice, small advice to you student youngsters. Work hard, aim high, think positive. Spot at the top is always vacant. Work hard, aim high, think positive. The spot at the top is always vacant. In any field, not in hockey, not only in football, not volleyball or basketball, not in geography, not in English. Anything in which you excel, which you excel individually, that spot should be at the top. Think of that. We are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. Art then is not an excellent art. I have forgotten that. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not the art, but a habit. I have written these things, but I have forget what to say at what time. So excellence, go ahead, work hard, try, think of the top, try to reach at the top and then settle anywhere at any time, at any stage in your life. Rest. Dr. Gupta is very talented person. I sometimes hesitate or sometimes to bring him along because when he comes, he is so knowledgeable person that I feel sometimes little small in education. So, but I bring him along because he talks about me. He tells about me. Nobody else knows all those things about me, what he knows. He was 9th grade student, I think. Ninth too. Yeah, as a kid, because his father was head of the Punjab University Educated Sport. So we were in that. He was very young. I still remember when I used to go their home and he used to come to us, what should I bring for you, sir?
In sports.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, very good afternoon.
So first of all, it's a great honor to have you both here. So, sir, I'm a big hockey fan. So seeing sir live, it's a big thing for me.
Yes.
Sir, first of all, I got to know it's your official birthday today. So we wish you a very happy birthday and wish you many more years of wellness and happiness. Sir, my question is,
I will convey on his behalf. Thank you very much.
Sir,
Yes, please.
Sir, my question is, many former players have condemned the selection of foreign coaches for our Indian hockey team. So I would like to know your views and sir's views whether we should select foreign coaches or depend on Indian coaches itself.
I am very happy you have raised this question. Since I am associated with hockey right from my very childhood, I am one of those very few persons perhaps who have been advocating that no foreign coach should be the supreme of hockey. This honor should go to the best of hockey player, and we do not have anyone surpassing him. Any foreign coach can come. I am in favor of foreign coaches, but under him. They can give him suggestions. It is up to him to accept or not. But since European and Americans and Scandinavian countries, they have done a lot, you have to, I am sure, those of you, those who have gone abroad, must have seen their infrastructure. It is unbelievable. I mean, we cannot dream of another 50 years. You know, recently I was in Europe. I mean, one has to see. Then we think that perhaps it will take much longer for us to be there. But then I always believe, I have very firmly believed that if hockey has to regain its lost glory, it can come only in case very knowledgeable, very committed, very sincere person like him, not like him. If he takes charge and he is assisted by some foreign coaches in giving them, it could be in the form of training, field training, running, physiotherapy and others. But then everything should be subordinate to him. That this is what I have been professing for the last number of years. So let us hope that the government gets and it reaches, our voice reaches there. Yes, please. Anyone else? Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is related to that if there is any board which is controlling the sports, should it be an autonomous body or it should be under the Supreme Court, taking into consideration all the talks going on for the BCCI? So should it be an autonomous body or should it be under the consideration of the Supreme Court? So what are your views on it?
Autonomous body. Any sport can flourish, it is all over the world, not only in India. And not only that it should be, world is like this or India is like this. I personally believe that sports bodies should be autonomous. And in our country they are autonomous. So BCCI But then, you know what happens? The bad thing is that person who gets to an office, he or she doesn't want to leave. That's why Supreme Court has come in, and I justify what Supreme Court is doing. Nobody beyond the age of, say, 70 should hold any office. Let the youngsters come. Youngsters have their own ideas. They can deliver better. And why? There are persons who are holding office for the last 30 years. That is one of the major problems in India. One of the major problems that we are not doing well in sports at the Olympic level or at the international level, because our sports officials, they keep sticking on to posts whichever they hold. But all the same, bodies should be autonomous. But then, Supreme Court has been advising them, please discipline yourself. Otherwise, we will have to discipline you. And I am virtually very happy that since they did not heed to request by other agencies and persons, Supreme Court had to come in. And their date is on this 17th. And I'm sure, I for one, even, I'm in a way extremist also. I want that in case they do not follow him, they should be sent to jail. They should be sent to jail. Any person who misbehaves with the sporting infrastructure or the guidelines.
Now we request Balbir sir to kindly share his experience with us.
So, two names come to my mind. Those who went to my house to invite me for this function. Professor Balbir Singh and Professor Balbir Singh. I am really grateful for having invited me here. And watching these promising young boys and girls who are the future leaders, who will enhance status of our country in the world still further. My best wishes are with you. Keep it up, young men, boys and girls. You will be the heroes in your own country. Now I come to Professor Gupta. Two reasons to bring him along with me. One, he is son of my teacher, Dr. B.L. Gupta, who was Secretary of Sports Physical Education Department and also Secretary of the Indian Hockey Federation when I was an active player. He was the person who took me to the office of Mr. Naval Tata, the then president of Indian Hockey Federation. So I still remember that. And then he was my manager when India went on goodwill tour to Singapore and Malaya. He was my manager, I was captain. Then he was my manager in 1956 when India won gold, the third gold for me, the golden hat-trick. 1948, 1952, and 1956. So I have already thanked these two young men. Thank you. The It's very interesting program. I am not very well, but after seeing your faces, bright faces, I have got up. The gentleman wanted me to sit. I said, no. When you have invited me, I must stand and I must thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now coming to my career. I was born in a small village. The date of birth here, 10/10/24, is not real birthday. I was 10 months and 10 days older than this. How it happened? I was declared captain of the Indian hockey team. Then, while introducing me, they said his birthday is 10/10/24. But by that time, my mother was an illiterate lady from rural Punjab. Then, as an adult, education, she passed out 9th grade and her Hindi handwriting was as good as a print. When inspector, etc. used to come to visit the school, she used to write the boards. That talent of headship that passed on to me, talent in hockey. Thanks to my mother. Well, my father was a freedom fighter, underwent rigorous imprisonment during the British days, more than once, twice, thrice I think. Always in and out of the British jails. Well, I played hockey, and I should have written my words. I played hockey, school, Dave Smile High School, Moga. I matriculated and played for the school team. We won our district championship. After passing matric from there, I joined D.N. College, Moga. Then the Mathura Das College. Attended the college for 2 years regularly, no absence, but did not pay attention to our studies. Sorry to tell that. Never paid any attention to studies, always keep thinking of the afternoon game when I'll play hockey, when I'll get chance to play hockey. So played hockey for 2 years. And the results, people wanted to know the results. I already knew the results. I knew I would fail. So there was it wasn't a surprise for me. For others it was a surprise that a teacher's son has failed. I felt really ashamed for that. So, what? And the question?
We'd like to acknowledge the presence of our DSS sir, Dr. Parminderjeet Singh sir. Any questions you guys would like to ask?
Hello.
Hello. Sir, sir, good afternoon, Sir Sri Okay. Sir, a couple of months ago, when we had a Olympic going on, so I was just watching on Wikipedia, and I came to know, in 1948, India won gold medal, and that was against British people, and that was even in London. So I was just surprised that how you as a team were feeling there. I mean, how did you feel there? So I was trying to go to YouTube, and I was trying to watch all the documentary. and I did not find any video, so I'm feeling lucky today that we have you as in here. So I just wanted to know that how as a team you were feeling before playing in London and after winning a gold medal and beating by 4-0 British people, because they were ruling for 200 years, and even though after dividing India and Pakistan, Punjab was the only I think state which get a huge impact. So since you were from Punjab, so how were you feeling actually there?
One at a time.
Sorry about that.
1948, coaching camp was held at Bombay. They invited 22 players, probables. I was not one of them, they forgot me. One Anglo-Indian Dicky Carr, member of the 1932 Olympic team, he reminded them. Then after 2 weeks, I was invited to join the camp. Thanks to that gentleman Dicky Carr. I attended the camp, played hockey, but I was not played on my position, centre forward. One centre forward was Reggie Roderick from Bombay, the other was from Bengal, Mr. Anglo-Indian boy. 2 centre forwards. I was one of the 20. So, well, we reached Heathrow Airport, happy to be one of the 20 players. Mr. Sir John, the last Punjab police chief, he was there at the Heathrow Airport. When I saw him, when we went out, I saw, oh, this fellow is also here, because he was the police chief. He got me handcuffed through by his orders. And he used to say, he said, I haven't come to handcuff you. I have come to welcome you. I have come with flowers. I have come with flowers. So he welcomes you. Then he said, I would like to give you a tip so that you can tell your team. Grounds in India are hard and fast. Ball travels faster, but in England grounds are heavy, soggy and wet. Ball comes slow. So therefore, tell your players they should not wait for the ball, they should run for the ball. He gave a very good tip. That helped us. One match we won I don't know, first match I played against Argentina. We won by 9-1. And against Cyprus, out of those 9, 6 goals were scored by me. And that 6th goal is still a record in any Olympic first match. 6 goals by a player is a record. Semi-final. Even before that first match, Spain. First I was sent in, then my captain told me back. Today you won't play, somebody else will play, and don't name him because he doesn't look nice, he is not in this world.
I would like to come here and especially I would like to share. Mr. Krishna Menon was our High Commissioner there. Since he has, we all know that Sardar Sahab is a very modest person, very, very modest. He will not say certain things which are very important to hear. As welcome as a sports sociologist, I know in 1948, as he tried to mention that imagine all of those who are here and particularly sports persons, you are there to take the stick. You are there to start the match. And the gentleman comes and says, you are not playing today. It was our High Commissioner, Mr. Krishna Menon, 1948 in London. Then he asked the organizers, Indian organizers, Olympic organizers, that how can you leave a person who is the chief scorer in so many tournaments and matches? That's why he brought it. Another thing which I would like to share with you, since he is coming out with his memoirs and very good things, see, इन्होंने अपने पिताजी का बदला अंग्रेजों ने, जिन्होंने हमारे लगभग 200 साल दे रूल्ड राज किया, इनके पिताजी को 3-4 बार जेल में डाला। इन्होंने बदला कैसे लिया? वहाँ जाके वेमले स्टेडियम लंदन में, वहाँ पे मोर इम्पोर्टेंट इज के पहले 4 गोल से 2 गोल इन्होंने किए और वो फाइनल था। और फाइनल में क्या हुआ? Those who have a sporting background, they know when a team wins the Olympic final or any international match, any team winner, national anthem of that team is played along with the flag. And the organizers, I'm sharing his experience and I have also gone with the teams as manager of Indian hockey teams. And what a matter of pride. When we win, our flag is unfolded, national anthem is played, and more important is organizers and players, they have to stand attention like this. And that amounts to what? That amounts to saluting our flag. So therefore, London, England, those who ruled us, they saluted our flag just a year after. Just a year after, 1947 we achieved independence, and 48 he took that badala with those guys. Now I would like to just add, ये कहा जाता है कि जिसने लाहौर नहीं देखा उसने कुछ नहीं देखा. I had the privilege honor of seeing Lahore with him, and as late as 2008 we went to Government of India centers. I was also part of the delegation, and we went there and we of course enjoyed Lahore, their hospitality and everything. So these are things which I want to share about him. He is too modest a person. So his career starts from here. And then even now he is continuing with that. So that is a matter of pride, and I feel that he is the fittest person for Bharat Ratna in sports.
So first match, 9-1, 6 goals, record till today. Then next match I was not played. Following match I was not played. Dr. P.N. Chotani, the director of PGI, some of you must be knowing. Dr. P.N. Chotani, the first Director General of PGI. He and other medical students, they were there during that period, and they had seen me playing hockey in India. And then they went to Mr. Krishna Menon, that the person who deserves to play, he is being kept out. Then Krishna Menon interfered. Then I was played. And that was the final match. In final match, the credit goes to my team. I was best of them. Credit goes to my captain, to my teammates, and credit goes to India. That's why I say, Balbir's come, Balbir's go, but India goes forever, getting higher and higher. I'm not going straight. My father was a freedom fighter, underwent rigorous imprisonment during the British rule. So we won tricolor sitting at home. National anthem being played, very sweet sound, very sweet sound. And our tricolor gradually going up like this. I was actually feeling at that time that I was also flying. That feeling, my father was very much happiest person that his son has played at that level. So,
Any further questions?
मुझे जोश आ गया था, आप खड़े होते देखेंगे.
Those were some words of wisdom which no book ever could provide us with. It was a great pleasure for each of us here to have you amongst us, and we'd be really privileged if we are able to imbibe the virtues you spoke about in our day-to-day lives. We'd once again like to thank you for sparing your precious time for us. Now, we'd like to call our DSA Sir, Dr. Parminderjeet Sir, Professor Sandhu and Professor Arshdeep to kindly present a token of appreciation to our esteemed guest, Mr. Shri Balbir Singh Sir. Also, we'd like to call Sushbir Kaur Ma'am and Harpreet Kaur Ma'am on stage.
Three Olympics, the credit for all three of course goes to my parents and my teachers and coaches, but the first thing to my parents. Then after marriage, I won all three Olympic medals. After my marriage, people are surprised to know because boys these days, youngsters, after marriage they stop playing. They stopped playing. They said, no play, only for the children. I played all three Olympics, won all three Olympics after my marriage, and thanks goes to my late wife. And now I am again on it. I've always wished that India should go up at the top of the world in hockey, and for that the credit now, my daughter is there, my other family members, others here, Dr. Gupta, all of them, they are trying that India should again win Olympic gold. Olympic gold.
We're really honored to have you here, sir. We'd like to thank all of you for sharing